Hey everyone! Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my stories. Now, here's one that will stay with you. I still remember the chill in her voice the moment she said it. Sharp, cold, and laced with arrogance. We were arguing over something small, something trivial. I had reached out, trying to calm her, my hand brushing lightly across her back. That's when she snapped. "You don't even have the right to touch my back." For a moment, I just stood there, stunned. This was the woman I married 5 years ago. The woman I couldn't go a single day without holding. Now, she looked at me as if I were nothing more than a stranger invading her space. I didn't yell, I didn't beg. I just looked at her once, calmly, and said, "You're right." Then I grabbed my jacket and walked out the door. I drove without direction, the night swallowing the sound of my tires on the asphalt. Memories played like a movie, our laughter, our first date, the vows we promised each other. How did it come to this? Somewhere along the line, love had turned bitter, transactional. She had changed after her promotion, more distant, more proud, untouchable. I wasn't her husband anymore. I was just a convenience, a piece of furniture she used when it suited her. But that one sentence, "You don't even have the right," it ripped something from me. It made me realize I'd already lost her long before she ever said it out loud. That night, I didn't go home. I booked a hotel, turned off my phone, and sat in silence. No anger, no tears, just a calm emptiness. For the first time in years, I didn't feel trapped. I thought about all the coldness I had tolerated, the mockery, the constant reminders that she could do better. I used to think love meant patience, but patience without respect is just slow self-destruction. Lying there, staring at the ceiling, I made a quiet, firm decision. I wouldn't fight for someone who no longer saw me as worthy of touch. Morning light brought clarity. My phone was flooded. 16 missed calls, 5 messages from her. "Where are you? We need to talk. Please come home." Almost laughable. The same woman who claimed I had no right to touch her now wanted a conversation. I didn't reply. I wanted her to feel the silence she had created, to wonder where I was, who I was with, whether I would ever return. Sometimes the strongest thing a man can say is nothing at all. By afternoon, she showed up at my office. Her perfect hair was messy, her face pale from sleepless nights. "We need to talk," she said softly. I looked at her, the same woman who once made me feel small, and all I saw was regret. "Why now?" I asked. "Last night you said I didn't even have the right to touch you. What's changed?" Her lip trembled. "I didn't mean it," she whispered. "I was angry." I nodded slowly. "You said what you felt. Anger doesn't create words. It reveals them." Her eyes filled with tears, but I didn't flinch. We sat in silence for a long time. Finally, she said, "I miss us. I don't want to lose you." Her voice cracked. I stayed calm. "You already lost me," I said gently. "The night you decided your pride was worth more than our marriage." She reached for my hand. I moved it away. 4 years I had chased peace. Now she was chasing closure. The roles had reversed, and neither of us missed the irony. For the first time, she felt what it was like to be unheard. Later that evening, she came home to an empty closet. I had packed my things earlier in the day. I left my ring on the dresser next to a framed wedding photo, her smiling genuinely, years before the distance began. I didn't leave a note. I didn't owe explanations. Sometimes silence says everything. That night, I turned off my phone, knowing she was probably crying, calling, begging. But my choice was final. Over the next few days, she tried everything. Texts, voicemails, even showing up at my parents' house. "We can fix this. Please come home," she pleaded. But there's a kind of peace that comes after breaking for too long. Once you find it, you never go back to chaos. I told her calmly, "You didn't just break our marriage. You broke the way I saw you. I can forgive you, but I can't unhear your words." That silence between us, heavy, permanent, was the sound of the end. Weeks passed. Friends, co-workers, even her parents asked what had happened. She said I walked away over nothing. I knew better. It wasn't about one argument. It was about the years leading up to it. The disrespect, the indifference, the way love slowly became ownership. I had given her everything: loyalty, time, devotion. All she had to give back was basic respect. And when even that became too much, I finally gave her what she had earned: my absence. Months have passed since that night. She still messages, long apologies, promises of change. I moved on. I live lighter. I laugh again. Sometimes I think back to that moment, her voice sharp, her words cutting, and I smile. That was the night I remembered my worth. She said I didn't have the right to touch her back. Maybe she was right. The only thing I was ever meant to touch after that was the door handle on my way out. And that's exactly what I did.